Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product video. This time we're going to talk about the Takayuki Grand Chef Western Style Gyuto 240mm knife. This line of knives from Takayuki has a core steel of AEBL stainless. A very nice, easy to sharpen, fine-grained, high-performance stainless steel. The heat treat rating's 60 plus Rockwell, and the construction is mono steel, so it's one steel throughout the entire blade, one single material, no layers or cladding of any type. The weight on this knife is 7.7 ounces, about 218 grams, and the blade length for me was right around 240, about 9.5 inches, and the overall length 14.5 inches. The spine at the base on this was 2.15. This is a pretty thin blade, so right above the heel here, 2.15. And it pretty much holds that most of the way through, and you'll get a little bit of a distal taper towards the end, especially when you hit the grind of the knife. So it does thin out for a kind of a nice distal taper towards the tip. The height on this is 46.5 at the heel. And the handle type is a Packawood, just good basic handle. You've got a metal bolster on this. The fit and finish on this knife is very, very good. It's got a high fit and finish. It's got a nice polish to the blade. The handle fit and finish is excellent. You've got a rounded spine. The choil is a little bit harsh on the edges, and you could sand that very, very easily in just a couple of minutes if you wanted to, if you felt the need to. Spine is ready to go, in my opinion. The profile on this knife has a fair amount of belly and then a fairly flat section towards the rear. So you can see there's a decent amount of belly to the knife towards the front for rocking, but it's got a decent sweet spot towards the rear. It's not super duper flat, but it's fairly flat. It's a pretty thin blade. They do thin it down towards the edge. The balance point on this knife, as you might suspect, is right near the bolster on a Western, so it's right about there. So slightly behind a pinch grip if you do use that. This knife does have a light, kind of a nimble feel for a Western, and I found the performance on this very, very good. I'm a big fan of this knife. This is completely different than their WA version, which is much, much thinner and much more laser-like. So this is a different knife. It's got a different feel to it completely than the WA version of this. The performance is great. The tip goes through things very, very well with that taper towards the tip, and it's just a good all-around profile. It's got nice height on it, not too high, not too low. Just an excellent, excellent blade. So if you're looking in this price range and you're looking at blades with different steels, and some of them have molybdenum, vanadium, and so on, and you want to maybe pop up a notch or two on steel to a AEBL and a slightly harder steel, this might be an excellent, excellent candidate for you. It's got great steel, great fit and finish, and it's a nice performer. So there we have the Takayuki Grand Chef Western Gyuto 240mm. Oh, out of the box edge, I've been forgetting to put that on a couple of them. I'd give it about a 6 or 10, 7 out of a 10. It's got a real nice edge on it, very sharp, and it's got some bite to it. So it's quite a nice out of the box edge on this. But of course, you can get it sharper if you know what you're doing with stones. So there you have the Takayuki Grand Chef Western Gyuto 240mm. One more time.